based from our prior discussions, ano yung mga alam natin sa laws of exponents? Dividing the number with itself. Yun ba yung laws of exponents natin? Okay, I think medyo unfamiliar tayo sa laws of exponents, but first, we need to know what an exponent is. An exponent is what we call an exponent. So, exponent. This indicates number of times you'll multiply number of times a number is multiplied by itself. A number is multiplied by itself. Number number is multiplied. Okay, so if we have an exponent, so let's say 3 raised to 4. How many times we will multiply 3? We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can evaluate this one by one. Di ba? Alam na naman natin siguro ang PEMDAS. So, we can just do this evaluation. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 times 3. And then, 9 times 3 is 27. Times 3. And 27 times 3 is 81. So, ganyan ang purpose ng isang exponent. Next, 2 raised to 5. So, ilang beses natin mag-multiply ng 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 2 raised to 5, we have 2 times 2 is 4, times 2, times 2, times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, times 2, times 2, 8 times 2 is 16, times 2, and 16 times 2 is 32. So that is how you do exponents. So actually, yung sinabi ni Sir Justin Balintaculo, it's not dividing the number with itself. It's actually multiplying the number with itself. So that is how an exponent works, by definition. However, hindi naman sa lahat ng instances ay integer ang exponent natin. Malalaman natin yan. Hindi naman sa lahat ng beses whole number yung exponent natin. And we'll get to know about the laws of exponents later. Right now, rather. So, when we multiply terms with the same base, but different exponent, so let's say we have a raised to m times a raised to n, its equivalent value is a raised to the sum of m plus n. Paano yung nangyari? Okay, let's illustrate. 2 raised to 4 times 2 squared. Ano nga ano natin? Yes po. Someone's raising their hand. Do you have any questions po? Who's raising their hand po? I saw Ann de la Puerta. May question po tayo. Miss Yenyen Ecavesa. Mr. Mrs. Ecavesa.
Ulo po, sir.
Po, ano pong tanong natin?
Paano po siya nakuha na AM kasi at saka EN? Medyo sila magulo, sir.
Ano po?
Magulo po yung ano, AM saka EN. Paano
Yan
po
po ay any number. Yung M and N po natin dyan, di ba po ito yung exponents? Yan po kahit anong number po yan. So ang
so,
point lang po natin dyan is, ipag-a-add po natin, kapag nagmumultiply po tayo ng dalawang number na same ang base, pag-a-add po natin yung exponent. So kagaya po nito, 2 raised to 4 times 2 squared, ang gagawin lang po natin is ipag-add yung 4 at saka 2. Ganyan po natin siya i-simplify.
po, sir,
Ano
gets
po
ko
ba
na.
ang 4 plus 2?
Gets ko na
6.
po. Okay po. Thanks po.
Okay. Continuing. So yun nga, 4 plus 2, 6. So bakit? Diba sabi natin, ang exponent ay kung ilang beses niya imumultiply sa sarili niya. So itong 2 raised to 4, 4 na beses imumultiply yung 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then ang 2 squared naman ay 2, dalawang beses lang, 2. So ilang 2 po yung nakikita natin? Ilang 2 yung nakikita natin?
6 po.
6. Merong 6 na 2. So para mas madali, ibig sabihin lang ito, ina-add natin yung number of times na minultiply si 2 dun sa number of times na minultiply si 2 dun sa isa. So 4 na beses dito, 2 beses dito. So practically, 6 na beses tayo nagmultiply ng 2. Kaya addition yung ginagawa natin. Gets po ba ng lahat?
Yes.
Opo.
Yes po.
Okay.
Po.
Okay. So like reacts na lang po if nagigets po natin so that we can minimize yung noise. So yun. Like react na lang po tayo. So kaya 2 raised to 6. And syempre kapag multiply natin yan, isa-isa, magiging 64 yung sagot nito. Okay. 3 cubed times 3 raised to 5. So, ito ay equal saan?
3
Papag-add lang
raised to
natin ang 3 at 5. 3 raised to 3 plus 5. So, 3 raised to 8. Naiintindihan po ba natin? May mga tanong po ba tayo? Yes po.
Pwedeng pa-ulit po, sir.
Saan po? Ano pong ulitin?
Ay, okay na po, sir. Nakikita ko na po. Salamat. Ay, yung kanina hindi po kasi nakikita yung 3 raised to 3. Sorry, sir. Pero okay na po.
Pasensya.
Nakikita ko na po.
Okay. Okay na tayo sa unang law. Ang pangalawang law ay kapag nagdi-divide tayo. Di ba? Ang a raised to m, pag dinivide natin sa a raised to m, ay same lang daw kapag pinag-subtract natin si m at n and ni-raise kay a. Okay, sample tayo. 2 raised to 11, hindi, baba natin. 2 raised to 7 over 2 raised to 4. Ilang beses minultiply si 2 dito?
7.
Ito.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba kapag nagdi-divide tayo, pwede naman tayong mag-cancel ng mga pare-parehas na factors. Alam naman natin yan, di ba? Na-discuss na natin nung nagdi-discuss ako ng GCF at LCM. Di ba?
Yes.
So maka-cancel to 1, 2, 3, 4. So ibig sabihin, kung ilan yung nasa baba, yun yung maka-cancel. Ngayon, ilan yung natira?
3.
Ilan yung natira natin? 3. And
Low.
2 raised to 7 over 2 raised to 4 ay 2 raised to 7 minus 4 and ang 7 minus 4 natin ay 3. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagdi-divide tayo ng mga exponents, ang lumalabas, binabawas lang natin yung kung ilan yung nasa denominator sa kung ilan yung nasa numerator. Tinitingnan lang natin yung difference nila. Questions?
Yes.
No.
Alright. May tanong po ba tayo sa unang dalawang laws? Yes po.
Wala, sir.
Mr. Karl Mark.
Sir, paano po pag magkaiba ng base? For example po, 3 raised to 3, then yung isa naman po ay 2 raised to 5. Same procedure pa rin po ba yung gagawin? Or magkaiba po yun? Thank you.
Hindi na. Tandaan natin, same dapat yung base natin. Kung makikita natin dito, dapat same base. Okay, so bawal natin basta-basta gawin yon. So same base dapat. Ganun din dito, hindi tayo pwede basta-basta mag-multiply. Hindi tayo basta-basta pwede mag-add ng exponent. Same base dapat. Naiintindihan po ba ng lahat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like reaction po tayo kung gets. Now, ano pang mga hindi natin na-discuss? Meron tayong tatlo pa. The power rule, power of a power, negative exponent rule, and fractional exponent rule. And distributive. Di lang pala yun. May distributive property pa pala. Okay. Kapag ni-raise natin ng isang number na may power na into another power, equal lang siya sa pag-raise ng same number na yon sa product ng dalawang powers na yan. So example, ang given natin ay 2 squared raised to 3. So, parang, ang ibig sabihin lang ito, magre-raise tayo ng 2 squared 3 beses. So, bumultiply natin yung 2 squared ng 3 beses. Diba? And, ang 2 squared ay dalawang beses magmumultiply ng 2. So, 2 times 2 to, 2 times 2 to, and 2 times 2 to. A total of 6. 2 raised to 6. And ano ang 2 times 3? 6, di ba? So, ibig sabihin,
Yes.
pwede siyang 2 raised to 6. Okay. Isa pang example. Pag nagdi-divide tayo, 8 raised to 5 over, ay hindi, wag 8 raised to 5. 9 raised to 5 over 3 raised to 7. Magkaiba yung base nila, di ba? Di ba? Everyone?
Yes. Yes. Kompletan sinabi.
Magkaiba yung base nila. Pero, hindi yun ibig sabihin na pwede na natin ma-apply, hindi na natin pwede ma-apply yung division rule. Kailangan lang natin gumawa ng diskarte. And ano ba ang 9? In terms of 3. Ang 9 ay 3 times 3, di ba? Tama? Agree po ba tayo lahat
Yes.
na ang 9 ay 3 times 3?
Sir.
So, ang 3 times 3 ay 3 squared. So, ang 9 natin ay 3 squared din. Tama? Agree po ba tayo lahat?
Yes po.
So, pwede natin palitan si 9 ng 3 squared dito. 3 squared raised to 5 over 3 raised to 7. Ngayon, pwede natin gamitin tong rule na to. So, 3 raised to 2 times 5, 3 raised to 2 raised to 5 ay 3 raised to 2 times 5 lang. Times yun hindi yun point. Ano lang yun? Times yun.
Times.
And 3 raised to 7 yung baba. So, 3 raised to 2 times 5 ay 10. So, 3 raised to 10 over 3 raised to 7. Paano natin po ito isi-simplify kapag division?
Ima-minus yung exponent.
Minus lang. Very good. So, equal yan sa 3 raised to 10 minus 7 equals 3 cubed. Questions? May tanong po ba ang lahat?
Wala na, sir.
Hmm. Tanong na po ba tayo? May tanong pa po ba tayo?
Wala
No,
na po.
sir.
Sure.
Gets po ba yung tatlong rule?
Yes po.
Yes.
Okay, balikan lang natin muna. Kapag multiplication, dapat, ano nga uli? Dapat same base. Ganon din kapag division. And kapag multiplication, i-add lang natin ang exponents. Kapag naman division, subtraction ang gagawin natin sa exponents. And lastly, kapag i-erase natin ang number with a power by another power, multiplication lang ang gagawin. So, ito yung 2 raised to 2 times 3. Tapos ito, 3 raised to 2 times 5. Maliwanag po ba lahat?
Yes po.
Opo.
Now, it's your turn. Try to simplify these items. So, wag mo, bibigyan po namin, yes po, Sir John Eric Lingbaw. May tanong po ba tayo? Hello? Mr. John Eric Lingbaw?
Eh,
Ano
paano
pong tanong
pag yung,
natin?
sir, yung base ay hello. Paano pag yung, ay,
Hmm?
hello. Paano pag yung base po natin, sir, ay
Ano po?
negative po? Paano pag yung base po ay negative? Pag negative po yung base.
Pag negative yung base natin, kailangan nating malaman, alam natin kung ano yung exponent. So kapag nagre-raise tayo ng negative number, so let's say, negative 3 raised to 3, dapat alam natin yung rules ng negative. Diba ang negative times negative ay positive? Tama?
Yes.
Opo.
And
Yes.
positive times negative ay negative.
Positive. Okay po.
So ito ang madaling shortcut. Kapag nag-erase po tayo ng negative, titingnan lang po natin yung n. Kapag ang n ay odd number, negative po siya. And kapag naman po even number, positive po siya. Maliwanag po ba tayo doon? Lahat, everyone?
Opo.
Okay.
Yes po.
Now, with the exercise, let's begin po. Number 1, Four. Yan. So, kindly try to solve these 7 items po. 4 po pala to. 4 yan. So, yan. So, I'll give you until 9, 10 to solve these items. So, sa kanyo lang po ilapag kapag ilagay sa chat yung answers kapag time's up na po. Okay po ba tayo doon?
Lahat po ito sinasabi.
This is while we're waiting for the other speaker. So, you may now begin solving.
Dana, sir.
Hello everyone. So let's see. We don't have to siguro tatanggapin ko na yung sagot na naka-exponent lang. So yan. Number 1, we should get 3 raised to 5, 2, 8 raised to 4, 3, 11 raised to 4, 4, 3 raised to 9, 5, 2 squared, 6, 1, and 7, 5, negative 5 raised to 4. So, for the concept of loss of exponents, yun lang po muna. Wait lang. So, wait lang. Nasa si ano? So, continue tayo ng discussion. So, hindi lang yan yung possible na mangyari. Minsan, mas malaki yung exponent ng denominator kaysa sa numerator. So, sabihin natin, 5 raised to 4 over 5 raised to 7. So, we have 5 raised to 4 minus 7. Kaso ba yung problema dyan? Anong sagot niyan?
Reciprocal.
Negative, di ba?
Negative
Negative siya, di ba? So, paano natin siya interpret? Ibig sabihin, 5 raised to negative 3. Kapag negative ang dun papasok yung pang-apat nating law, which is the negative exponent rule. A raised to negative n equals A raised to 1 over A raised to n. So, mapupunta siya sa denominator. Example, 2 raised to negative 3. So, magiging siyang 1 over 2 raised to 3. And then, equal yan sa 1 over 8. Di ba ang 2 cube natin ay 8? Maliwanag po ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So, yun yung fourth law natin. Isa pang example. 11 raised to negative 2. So, 1 over 11 squared equals 1 over 121. Ang 11 squared natin ay 11 times 11, which is 121. Any questions po sa mga people dito?
Wala na, sir.
Sir, what if both negative
Yes
yung
po.
exponent sa itaas at sa ilalim?
Magandang tanong. Paano kapag ganon? Sige nga, gawa tayo ng sample. 6 raised to negative 3 over 6 raised to negative 4. Ang gagawin natin muna ay gawin muna natin yung may dalawa tayong pwedeng gawin. Pwede natin gawin yung usual na subtraction na ginagawa natin. So, 6 raised to negative 3 minus negative 4. Anong alam natin kapag nagma-minus tayo na negative?
I-add
Sorry.
lang po sila and copy the sign.
Pag nagma-minus po tayo na negative, minus negative, nagdodoble po yung negative. And alam po natin kanina, kakasabi lang po natin na positive, a negative times negative is positive. So, ito yung magiging 6 raised to negative 3 plus 4. And the negative 3 plus 4 ay 6 raised to 1. So, yan yung una. Yung pangalawa, gagawin po natin yung reciprocal. So, ang 6 raised to 3, 6 raised to negative 3 ay magiging 1 over 6 raised to 3. At ang 6 raised to negative 4 naman po ay 1 over 6 raised to 4. And kapag nagdi-divide po tayo ng fractions, ginagawa po natin yung multiplication muna. Kukunin natin yung reciprocal, then gagawin natin siyang multiplication. So magiging na po siyang 1 times 6 raised to 4 over 6 raised to 3 times 1. So magiging 6 raised to 4, 1 times 6 raised to 4, yun lang din naman yun, and 6 cubed. So 6 to 4 minus 3 equals 6 raised to 1. Maliwanag po ba sa lahat? Clear po ba yun? Like react po if clear po sa lahat.
Yes.
Now, question po natin. So, alin po dyan sa dalawang method yung mas gusto nyo? Yung una o yung pangalawa? Alin yung mas naiintindihan nyo po? First one or second one? Kahit sa chat na lang po. Sa chat lang po tayo para ano.
Yung first one po, para in case po mag-solve is mabilis po siya iso. Okay naman po yung pangalawang way of pag-solving, yun lang time consuming.
Okay, so 1. Now, so ano yung mga ano natin? Negative exponent. Negative exponent lang. So, incorporate natin siya sa mga natutunan natin kanina. So, we have 3 items ulit. Kindly try to solve these 3 items. Number 1, madali lang. Number 2, 3, 5, hindi, wag 7. 4 raised to negative 3 times 8 raised to 2.
Dana, sir.
Ah, number one, okay, Mr. John Eric Lingbaw, I think you got number one wrong. Wala namang negative po sa base ni 7, so parang hindi naman po ata makukuha yung negative 343. Kindly recheck po. Now, as for the others,
Tama ba
okay,
akin,
tama
sir?
naman po itong kay Ande La Puerta, 1, 2, 3. And kay Genian Escabeza, tama yung number 2. Tingnan niyo po yung ano. How about yung iba po? Ano pong answers natin?
Tama ba sa akin, sir?
Yung number 3 po, sir. Mali din.
25 cube po ba number 3?
Nandito na ba si Miko? Hello? You are there?
Yes, I'm here.
So that would be all for my turn. So it would be his turn now. So I'll save this board for your future reference. So you will continue this discussion from here on. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Dwight.
you.
Thank you, Sir Dwight. Okay, now let's welcome for Sir Dominic.
Wait, let me just share my screen. Ayan, magandang gabi everyone. So, after Sir Charles' discussion ngayon, let's discuss ituloy natin yung Berlin statistics last kailan ba yun? Feb 1 Saturday. Pero before we continue, let's do some recap on what we discussed last Saturday. Last Saturday we talked about the mean median mode and range. Mode and range. At saka yung pagkuha ng mean or group din. And so let's review first on what we discussed. Okay, so let's do a recap by doing an example. Okay, so we have this list of data. 82, 22, 59, 94, 70, 96, 22, 23, 87, 94, and 22. Ayan. And we want to find the mean, median, mode, and range of this data. Ayan. So, recall that mean is equal to the sum of our values over the count of our values. And the sum is equal to 82 plus 23 is 5 plus 59 64 is 94 258 plus 70 328 plus 26 150
Plus 32, plus 32, plus 83,
plus 83
plus 87,
plus 87
plus 94,
plus
finally plus 32.
Ayan, so our sum is 682 divided by the half of our values, which is
11.
7, 9, 10, 11. And then we will simplify 682 over 11, which is 6, 66, 66 is 2. Bring that to 2. Okay, so our mean is 60. Now, what about for our median? Again, first step is to order the values in ascending order from smallest to largest. So from here, our smallest is 23 followed by 26 and then dalawang 32 and then 59, 70, 82, 83, 87, and 94. Again, that's 23, 26, 33, 32, 59, 70, 82, 83, 87, 94, and 94. Now, one of our techniques last Saturday is to i-cross out natin yung dalawang modulo hanggang sa yung nasa gitna lang yung magtitira. Again, for this, we can cross out 22 and 94, and then 26 and 94, 32 and 87, 32 and 83, 59 and 82. Therefore, our median is equal to 70. Now, what about for our mode? Our mode, copy ulit lang natin values. 22, 26, 59, 20, 82, 83, 87, 94. Now, just by looking at it, yung naulit lang dito, we have 32 and 94. Diba? Tapos the rest, isang beses na lang. No? Isang beses lang nagpakita. So, paano yan? Eh, di dalawa sila na mode. We have two modes. We have mode equals 32 and also 94. Now, for this example, it is possible to have more than one na mode. Hindi lang siya lagi na isa or hindi lagi na either isa or none yung mode natin. Pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng tatlo, pwedeng apat. As long as they have the same frequency or same out or same out. Pareho ng kita. Tulad nito, 32 dalawang beses, 94 dalawang beses na nakita. So, yeah, that's for our work. Now, for range, remember our formula for range is highest value minus lowest value. Our highest value is 94 and our lowest value is 23. And 94 minus 23 is equal to 72. So our range is equal to 7. Clear? Clear ba and clear what? Yung
Yes, sir.
immediate load and range natin. Okay. So we're done with this. Next, let's recap the mean of group. Mean of group. And given this table, we have daily wages in pesos and our number of workers. Ayan. So, now, medyo different yung gagawin natin dito. Unlike sa example natin. Instead na yung daily wages natin is or our values are one number. Gawin natin siya by rate of values. We have 100 to 1. And 12 sa kanila na workers ang may daily wage na ganito. And then 150 to 200. That's 13. And then 200 to 250. 17 of them are and 250 to 300. And so let's identify first which is our frequency and value. So our frequency is, again, ito yung may number of. So ito yung frequency. Therefore, yung nasa taas. Now, remember yung formula natin is now our formula for mean is sum of value times frequency all over our total frequency. Now, paano natin kukunin yung sum of value times frequency? Given tayo nito, range of values, hindi siya one number lang. Yung gagawin natin, kukunin natin yung midpoint. Yes, yung midpoint of ranges class function. And we get this by getting the mean of our upper value and lower value. Or upper plus lower. or if ito yung upper natin, ito yung lower natin for this one, ito yung upper, ito yung lower, yung upper na. And kukunin natin siya isa-isa. Now, for ito, kunin natin yung bit code niya, which is just 100 plus 150, which is 250, and then we get the divided by 2, 1, 4. So, our midpoint is ito. Now, if kukunin natin ito, next na tatlo, this will be 175, this will be 225, this will be 275. Clear? Clear? Balik, kukunin lang natin yung nasa gitna, yung range natin. Now, paano na tapos mamomodify na rin yung our formula. Is the sum of 3 point times frequency over our total cost. And now we have this. One two five times 12 plus 175 times 17 plus 225 times 17 plus 275 times 8. And then divide natin yung records niya. 12 plus 13 plus 17. Ayan, so let's multiply them on 1. Tama ba? Zero,
Opo, sakto.
tama. Ay, 0. Saan kayo tayo? And then, x 175 times 30 into 5 times 9. Yeah. And it has 55 times. Ayan. Sana tama yung pagkakamultiply. And then, eto na sa baba, we have 12 plus 13, 25 plus 17 42 plus 3.
156.
Yes po. And then, pwede natin yung sound. Ito, para 1,000. 185. 0. And then, so we have our mean is at 9,800 divided by 3. Then simplify natin.
196 po.
9 po. 9. 1. Yes, 100. Our mean is 100. Ayan. So we are done the recap for last natin. Ngayon, discuss naman natin yung median for group data and then mode for group data. Yung parang ganito. Naka-table. Kukunin natin yung median at saka yung mode. Yan. So, start a new account. Median. Group. So, paano natin nakikita? So, we have steps in doing. I-lista ko muna yung steps. Tapos, bibigay ko yung formula and then sasagot tayo ng example. Para makita nyo paano gawin yung mga steps. Ayan. So, step 1. Make a column for cumulative figures. Later, makikita na ma-apply natin paano ginagawa ito. Then, get frequency, total frequency. Okay. And then we get the find the median class. And then ito na yung formula natin. Our median and find our cumulative frequency over the frequency. Multiply by our last week and the ayan, so medyo siya, intimidating at first, pero madali lang to i-apply sa natin, example later. Pero define muna natin ito. variables. Ano yung n? Yung n natin, ito yung ating ano yung CF? CF natin ay yung cumulative frequency of our relative frequency for the median thrust. And then R is our frequency of median thrust. And then W, ito yung ating class width. And our class width, nakukuha natin to by yung pagkuha lang ng range natin kanina. Parang range lang siya. Upper limit minus lower limit. Again, yung upper limit natin or upper value. Ito. And ito yung lower limit. Kunin lang natin yung difference. And our L will be this step. Lower limit of the choice. Ayan. So, ito yung steps and formula in getting the median for group data. Now, let's have an example. Given tayo nito, last range.
Sir, excuse po, pwede ba muna namin ma-screenshot po yung formula kasi hindi na po namin mababalik
Sige po.
po.
Ito po. Yung
Or is it possible po ba na mai-send po ito by converting it into pictures?
yes po. Pwede ko po isend ito ano po.
Ay, sige po.
Yung
Thank you po. Para hindi na lang po ako mag-screenshot.
PDF.
Salamat.
Sige. Hindi po ba ako narinig kanina? Mahina po ba?
Very
Mas okay po. Mas nakasan ko na lang po kung magsalita. Okay. So, ito example. We have a class range and our frequency. And our cumulative. Ang given lang ito, class range and frequency. We have 52.52 63.5 to 70. 12, 74.5 to 85.5 frequency. 25. And then 85.5 to 96.5 frequency. 18 and then 96.5 to 107.5 frequency. 14 the class 107.5 to 118.5 to 2.5. Ayan. So, our first step is to make a column for cumulative frequency. Ano yung cumulative frequency? Paano ba siya kukuha? From the word itself, cumulative. So, ina-add lang natin yung frequency as well as the one yung bago sa class range na yun. So, for example, ito. Ano cumulative frequency ng 52.5 to 63.5? Ang frequency niya, ito lang. Cumulative frequency niya, ito lang. Kasi wala naman siyang class range bago sa kanya. So, ito 6. How about dito sa 63.5 to 74.5? That is 6 plus 12, which is 18. So, ina-add natin yung bago nun. And then, next, we have 6 plus 12 plus 25. Pero, equal lang po sa 18 plus 25. I-add na lang natin yung cumulative frequency nung bago nun plus yung frequency ng class range. And so this is 40. And then next is 43 plus 18. Ano? This is 61. And then 61 plus 14 is 75. And then 75 plus 5 is 50. So, yun. Nakuha na natin yung cumulative frequency natin. Then, next, get total frequency over 2. So, let's put that in the values. Divided. So, ano yung cumulative, ano yung total frequency natin? Total frequency natin, yung sum dito. Pero nakuha na natin yan. Paano? Dito sa cumulative frequency. Yung cumulative frequency ng pinakamaba, yung pinakamahuli. Ito na rin yung total frequency natin. So, our total frequency over 2 is equal to 80 over 2, which is 40. And then, next is find the median class. Paano natin nakukuha yung median class natin? So, hanapin lang natin saan nagfo-fall yung 40 from our cumulative frequency. So, pwede natin isipin na eto 6, kasali dito yung 1 to 6. And then dito kasali yung 7 to 18. Then dito 19 to 43. And then dito 44 to 61. Then 62 to 75. And then ito 76 to 80. Ito yung mga points na kasali sa class range. Now, nasaan si 40? Si 40, andito siya. Diba? Kasali siya sa 19 to 43. So, our region class natin, ito class range. Ito. 74.5 to 85.5. And then, step 4. Mag-apply ng formula. The formula again is M equals N over 2 minus CF over F times W plus MP. Yan, isa-isayin natin. Ano yung N over 2? N over 2, ito. Total frequency over 40. Plus CF. Ano nga ulit yung CF? Cumulative frequency before the median class. Ano yung median class natin? Ito. Gusto natin kunin yung cumulative frequency bago nun, which is yung cumulative frequency sa taas niya. Ano yung cumulative frequency dito? Ano yung
18?
cumulative frequency? Yes, 18. So, CF is 18. Then F. Ano yung F natin? Frequency of median class. Kunin natin yung frequency ng median class natin, which is ano yung frequency ng median class natin? Dito. Ano yung frequency natin? Median class?
25.
Yes, 25. RF is 25. Now, ano yung W? W, again, that's your upper minus lower limit. Actually, kahit alin dito yung pipiliin mo, same lahat sila ng W, ng class width. Parang ito, for example, 63.5 minus 52.5, yung una.
10 po.
Our width is 0, ito 11. Hindi siya 10, 11. Pero pag kukunin natin yung class width, dito, ang dapat, kung median class na 85.5 minus 74.5. Ilan to? 11. So, same lang. Kahit isa lang dito, same pa rin. Same pa rin ng class width na makukuha natin. So, ito, multiply natin. So, multiply by 11 plus yung L sub MD natin. That's your lower limit of median class. Ano yung median class natin? Class, ito. Diba? Ito yung median class natin. Ito yung upper limit. Ito yung lower limit. Our lower limit is 74.5. So, add natin 74.5. Ayan. And then, next. Meron na tayo dito. Ito. Isi-simplify na lang natin. What is 40 plus 18?
58.
Minus pala siya.
Mm-mm.
40 minus 18 is
22.
20. Over 25.
0.88.
Ano yung 22 over 25 natin?
0.88.
0.88. Paano nakuha yun? That's 22 divided by 25. Then add tayo ng 0. 220 divided by 25 is
Hmm.
8. And then this is 8 times 25 is 200.
200.
Freedom 0, 8. This is 0.88
88
times 11
times 11.
plus 74. Okay. Ngayon, multiply natin 0.88 times 11 which is
9.68.
9.68.
Opo.
9.68 plus 74.5.
84.18.
24.5 plus 9.68. Pero, 84.18. So, our media is, ito na yung media natin. Now, yung 84.18, do not expect na nasa, para, iba siya doon sa parang nakalista ka, parang kanina. So, para, dito. Diba para mas madali kunin to kaysa yun. Kasi this is listed, nakalista. Unlike dito, ano siya, range. Naka-table siya. So, expect na yung median at saka yung mode natin, hindi siya exacto in a sense na hindi siya point na nakalista, parang yung katinga. Hindi siya may decimal siya. Ganun. So, nasundan ba natin yung pagkuha ng median for group data? May tanong pa? Wala.
Is there any po na, sir? Yung mabilis po na way pag-solve or ito na po talaga yung pinaka-ultimate niya na process?
Ito na po yung way ng pag-solve ng median for group. Yung mga naka-table. Wala po shortcut for it. Ayan. So,
Sundan naman po.
and next, punta tayo sa mode of group data. Ito medyo mas madali siya ng corporate kaysa sa data. Mas madali yung tawag dito. Yung pagkuha. Kasi hindi na tayo gagawa ng cumulative frequency. Hindi na tayo gagawa ito. Diretso lang dun sa given. So, ang formula ng ano natin, pagkuha ng row is n sub n2 plus p1 over p1 plus p times w. Now, ano tong mga to? Ang n sub n2, ito yung ating model class. Okay. Lower limit ng ating model class. P1, ito yung ating huli natin yung absolute value ng f of modal minus f before modal. Later, mas maiintindihan natin paano ito nakakuha. Then D2 is your F of F after modal minus F of modal. And of course, yung W natin, same lang kanina, yung ating class B. Now, let's have the same example. Kanina dito. Kakati ko na. Ayun. Now, for this one, i-apply na lang agad natin yung formula. Pero ano yung modal class natin? Modal class. Ito yung ating may highest frequency. Now, alin dito yung may highest frequency, pinakamataas ng frequency?
20,
25.
25.
Yes, 25. So our modal class is 74.5 or 85.5. Ito yung ating modal class. And then, ayan. Apply the formula. M sub O equals N sub MO, lower limit of modal class. Ano yung lower limit of modal class? Ito siya, di ba?
74. Tama.
74.5 plus D1. Ano yung D1? Ito. F of modal minus F before modal. Ano yung F of modal? Ito siya.
12,
25. Frequency ng modal class. Eh, ano yung frequency before ng modal class natin? Ito,
12.
12. So, our D1 equals 25 minus 12, which is 13. Ngayon, ano yung D2 natin? D2, F after modal. Frequency after modal. Ito siya. 18. Minus, of course, the frequency of our modal class, which is 25. So, actually, di ba may absolute value? Pero ano yung absolute value ng 13? 13 lang.
13.
Pero dito sa dito, this is 18 minus 25. What is 18 minus 25?
Negative 7.
7. Pero kukunin natin yung absolute value niya, which is just 7. Tatanggalin lang natin yung negative pag kinukuha yung absolute value. And of course, our class B. That's 63 minus 5 minus 52 minus 5. Nakuha na natin ito. Now, ayan. I-ano lang natin. I-substitute yung values. What's D1? That's 13. And then D1 plus D2 times our modal class F. So, simplify. We have 74.5 plus 13 over. What's 13 plus 7? It's 20 times 7. Now, 13 divided by 20, 0, 6, 1, 8, and 3 times 0.5, 0.65, so 74.5 plus 0.65 times 7. That's 0.65 times 7, 35, 42 plus 3 is 45. So 74.5 plus 4.55, i-add lang natin sila. 74.5 plus 4.55 is 5, 10, carry 1, 8 plus 1 is 9, 7. Our modal class is ay, joke.
11
Hindi
po
pala
yata.
to 7. 11. Tama. 11. 11. So, mali pa. Mali. Zero point 65 times 11 is 5, 11, 7.15. 7.15 pala. 74.5 plus 7.15 ilan yan?
81.65.
5, 6, 1, okay. 81.60. So, ito yung ating 81.65. Clear po ba yung pagkuha natin ng mode for group data?
Very po.
Ayan, so if wala na tayong tanong, medyo late na rin. So let's end our session for tonight. Tapos may quiz tayo na coming na isa-send siguro bukas and then sasagutan. Ayan. So, thank you everyone for tuning in today.
Ayan, super thank you, Sir Dominic. Ayan. So, isang masigabong palakpakan naman dyan kay Sir, di ba? Kahit reactions na lang tayo, ganyan. Ayan. Okay. So, let me just... yes, Sir Rolly. May idadagdag ka po ba?
Yes. Hello. So first, sorry, nasa biyahe ako ngayon. Medyo nag-ingay. So, rinig ba? Or super malabo?
Narinig, sir.
Ayan, okay. So, ngayon, may nag-ask rin kasi if lalabas daw po sa civil service exam. So, ito na sinabi ko sa reflect. First kasi, for this year's civil service exam, isa nabasa natin is magkakaroon bigla ng abstract listening. So, there's changes. And pagdating kasi sa statistics, selyado kasi dyan, for sure, yung group na descriptive stats in region mode. Tapos per group, ang most possible talaga dyan is mean lang. But, sa what if scenario na, kaya ako pinag-stress research dito din yung group na median and mode kasi di naman super dami ng mga need nating sauluhin dyan eh. Hanggang median and mode lang yung group dyan. Hindi siya super random formulas. Like literally, yun yung box dun. Mean, median, mode ng group and group. Tapos, if may lalabas yung civil service exam, the most possible is, di natin compute in lahat yan, but probably meron ng table even. Tapos may missing parts. Like for example, given yung model class or parang lower limit ng isang certain class. So sa computations, pinapakita namin sa inyo para mag-gets yung concept. Para pagdating na exam, it's possible talaga. There's missing parts sa table and computations. And hindi kayo manguhula kasi nadaanan ninyo yung worst case na yun yung pinakita computation. Alam niyo yung 80, gawin that. So you don't have to memorize, but if you can memorize ko, but at least familiarize yourself with how the computations are going, how each parts are being solved. Kasi you won't be solving the entire stuff like that sa civil service exam. It's really 90% sure ako. There's basic boxes there na kailangan yung sagutan. And if you don't know the concept, literally zero talaga kayo. And ngayon, one thing lang na natin siya ituturo, familiarize kayo sa long computations na yan. Tapos once familiarize kayo, bibigyan naman natin ng summary sheet para maganda yung civil service exam, worst case scenario is may idea kayo kung ano man yung pwede difficult questions talaga na ibigay. Okay? So, mahalaga na matutunan nyo pa rin to kahit na most computing talaga hanggang group name lang. Pero the idea, yun yung kailangan nyo makuha para worst case scenario is kakayanin nyo pa rin mag-solve. And alam nyo naman gano'n ka-critical per point sa service exam. Okay? Is that clear? So, can I get a hard say if na-gets you? Thought natin, but natin bibigyan ng region and road. So, yung advantage na yun sa ibang people kasi ito kasi pwede siyang sa numerical and analytical lumabas eh. Marami sa analytical, yung graphs and such. Sa next section namin, papakita natin paano i-review yung mga graphs na medyo mahirap talaga yung graphs pag hindi. Yung simple pie chart naman sir. So, papakita na natin. Mas ma-appreciate niya yung ginawa natin kasi diba, fundamentals na tutunan nito. So, application tayo sa kasagot. Okay. So, yun. Thank you everyone. You can proceed with the class picture, Sir JM.